Jack Murphy is back, and he's posting stuff, and we're gonna go through it. All right. Hey, this is Tom's Talk Show, and thanks for tuning in today. I did some videos a while back about when this channel's getting started about Jack Murphy and just how he attacked Sydney Watson. I think we all know that scenario and all that, and it seems that he's gone away and done some soul searching and potentially changed his ways. And we're going to kind of read over that a little bit. He posted a big document online under his liminal order kind of thing. Was just that just right there just kind of screams cult, but and maybe he'd want to move away from that kind of thing. But he does in his thing, of course, immediately right up here in the top, plug his YouTube channel so he can continue to monetize that and do that. So that's kind of odd. But reading through it, I mean, he does bring up a lot of things that he has regrets. He's changed. He's done some different things. His biggest mistake was not coming clean about his past. It's like, yeah, you could have taken the whole Sydney Watson thing and said, yeah, we covered this, and tell him thanks, but we're moving on, okay? Would have been an easy thing rather than being immediately attacking a woman. Mind you, this was not that long ago, right? So I am all for, and here let's get down here to the meat of it. He talks about what masculinity is and not. And down here he comes to this point where, of course, he's not starting at zero. His bad choices from 3 years ago has led to a lot of changes and improvements. He's actually doing something right. That he's marrying his girlfriend and doing things right. Talking about people shacking up, which is kind of helps to destroy Western society by not having married core families. But frankly, if anyone rejects the ability to be redeemed, they're rejecting Christian morality, but American spirit as well. So he's equating Christian morality with American spirit. Well, Christianity is above and beyond any country. Christianity does not have a border. Christianity does not have a country that owns it. The some precepts of Christianity were built kind of into the Constitution of the United States. I mean, that's why my family goes back to the whites who came over on the Mayflower, who hit there at Plymouth Rock and they moved here and came here because they wanted to be able to worship freely without the government telling them what to do, and those precepts came into part of the United States core documents, where that we were here as freedom of speech, freedom to protect yourself, became a couple of the core values in our amendments, because we wanted people to be able to worship as they wanted. Now, back then they were definitely leaning more towards the Christian type faith, even though that allows for all faiths to be brought forth under that rule. But that's you gotta have it. You can't have it one way and not the other, right? So Christian morality is not the American spirit. The American spirit, I think, kind of is the drive that did like Orville Wilbur Wright. I mean, being able to fly a plane and create that and do that. Thomas Edison and all that, creating all these things, having the freedom to improve yourself and move forward and take what nothing and create something, right? That's kind of the American spirit, to be able to immigrants come here and create businesses and create jobs for other people and do amazing things. People who are born here who end up in bad bad circumstances when they're born, and they're able to work their way out of that. I mean, that I think is kind of the American spirit, the freedom to change your circumstance on your own, having control to do that. That really doesn't have anything to do with Christian morality, right? He's equating two things that are not quite the same. Then he goes on to say that is not to say that I am synonymous with Christian faith. So wait a minute. So you're not believing Christianity. He says that is to say I'm not synonymous with Christian faith, or that I don't have to show my repentance and desire change. He says I do. Okay. He's mixing some things up here. I mean, he keeps equating American spirit even further down. He says they're attacking Christian ideas and American love for a comeback. Well, that's the American spirit. It's kind of the, that love, that comeback ability. But if you're not synonymous with Christian faith, then why are you telling people that if they don't believe in redemption, they're rejecting Christian morality? I can't believe in, my karma is being messed with because I don't, how can I claim that, right? If I don't believe in Buddha and all those things. Oh, you're going to mess with my karma. Well, I don't believe in Buddha. Buddha was a guy, he had some teachings, and he died. And that's where he is, right? Christ came, taught, number one, have God before all others. Number two, love your neighbor as yourself. And then Christ died on a cross, rose again, and you just have to believe in it and commit your life to it, right? That's where I am. So you can't tell other people who maybe aren't Christians and don't understand and aren't in the Christian era that you're rejecting Christian morality. Well, what if you are Islam, or you're a Buddhist, or another religion out there that doesn't believe in Christianity? They've already rejected Christianity. And then you say you're not synonymous with Christian faith. Well, synonymous means to be hand in hand, right? Synonym, the same as. And you're telling people that they can't reject Christian faith. Well, either you come forward and you say specifically what you believe, which I've already kind of said what I believe, or remove the word Christian and just say general morality, right? People throw this Christian thing around all the time. People say that, Catholics are Christians, which I have a problem with that. Mormons say they're Christians, which I have a huge problem with that. They're very true core, I would say, core Christianity, right, is the straight belief in Christ. No, you don't need to go and do some crazy Eucharist thing and have the, Catholic priest be between you and God. Christ died on the cross so that you didn't have to have anyone between you and God, right? You have a direct connection to him. You don't need anybody in the middle. You don't need any special ceremony. You don't need, anything like that. The Mormons are not the 13th tribe of Israel. Sorry, you keep working at this ancestry thing trying to prove it, and you're disproving it over and over and over again. So, sorry, you're not making it. But here he continues to try and say, he does continue to try and pull up Christian ideals, saying, with the words redemption and I'll never be perfect. He says that his old has become new. All these are platitudes and things out of biblical teaching, right? The old man is gone and behold, I become new is biblical. Uh, redemption is biblical. Grace is biblical. So he knows these words and able to throw them around. But the only way to find out, right, is to eventually see if things have changed. He's still continuing his masculinity liminal order thing, which I'm not against men being men and doing things, but that is only through humility and service. I mean, that's not being big and gruff and bulky and any of those things, right? It's humility, it's being a servant, being loving and caring. Those, giving up I think a true man would be what it says biblically. That is that men should love their wives as Christ loved the church, which was to die for them. So that's where you need to try and get to be with your wives, right? If you're with your girlfriend, do the right thing and either leave them or get married. So, but here, I really hope. I mean, if he hasn't done anything to me, so I don't really have anything to forgive him for, and I'm not one to give him redemption because I'm not God. But I truly hope that he's made this change. And granted, these changes don't happen overnight, and maybe eventually he will realize that his luminal order thing is kind of wrong, and he'll break that down and change his direction in life. Seems like he is going kind of a right direction. He's getting married. He's doing, those kinds of things. And so hopefully, what I would hope also is that he goes back to, I mean, since it was done in public, I would hope that he goes back to Sydney Watson and sits down with her in public and just tells her what he did was wrong, and that he is, truly sorry, and he understands, what happened, right? I mean, that would be awesome. Have that video. And I think that would go a huge long way for, understanding that your document here that you've written is true. So, yeah. So there we go. I mean, it's hard when people throw that word Christianity around, and it just doesn't, sometimes it doesn't jive with me because it gets applied to so many things. And, yeah. So I truly hope that he has had, a big change in his life. And it does take time to kind of get past some of those things. I mean, it's definitely, he does say in his document, it's a journey to try and do these things, to try and get past these things and to be able to change your life. You get, God will bring you one thing that you need to work on, because he knows that we're very simple people, and often we can only work on one thing at a time. Especially men. Men have brains that have boxes in them, and we can only bring out one box at a time, right? And work on that. And if we want to do something else, we got to put that box away and get the next box out and work on that. So, yeah. Well, I truly hope that he's making a change in his life, and I truly hope that he's actually seeing Christianity and understands the true meanings of Christianity and comes to that realization. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching this. What do you think? Is Jack back in a good way, in a bad way? Is this true? Is this all, just paper and just going to crumble at some point? We'll see. I looked at his Twitter feed. It seems, it's very Ukraine-y politically right now, but, we'll see where that goes. But I hope for the best for him. I really do. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care.